Welcome everybody back to another Rollcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Donjo Meshi, episode 12, Red Dragon 2. Falin is hair and bones in the gizzard of a red dragon.
Yeah,
and we'll
pretty
see
disturbing.
if her melted remains can return to some semblance of a physical form today. Leave a like, subscribe. Let's check it out. I see.
Oh. Can you use the dead dragon?
Yeah, I can use the dragon. Until it rots.
Well.
She's gonna use necromancy?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, he's secretly a necromancer?
That sounds like something a necromancer would say. There's no good or evil when it comes to magic.
I was gonna say, this is exactly the guy that would say yes to something like that.
We're not so different, you and I.
Why not?
Dragon falling.
Yeah, maybe she's gonna be like extra crazy.
Yeah, this is a fucking necromantic ritual right now. Just slicing the palm of her hand, drawing
Whoa,
crazy
that's so cool.
transmutation circles. Do you have an identify spell to figure out if it's her bone?
Wow.
Yeah.
Just
Especially
has one like weird arm.
Yeah, especially if they've been tumbled at all, like in the like against each other or anything.
It's really cool, but like
The longest.
freaky.
Oh, I guess that's true. If you look at your hand, the longest metacarpal is your index finger, not the middle finger. It makes sense.
Also just love how Laios just like knew about a dog skeleton. Like he was so knowledgeable
Based on the
about
dogs that I've stewed in my day, they have roughly 320 bones. Did you read that somewhere? No, I counted myself on many occasions. Crazy dogs have more bones than us.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, this is necromancy for sure.
Whoa. Oh my god.
Getting any ideas for D&D?
Uh-oh.
Oh, she's all scaly.
She's blood.
It looks like her. Open your eyes, Falin. No, wait, don't open your eyes. You never did that before. What if it's the dragon spirit? Randomly.
Ew.
That's a lot of blood.
Does she have skin?
I think she's just, yeah. Who are you? That'd be crazy.
よかった。そうだな、鎧がね。服。痛むところはないか。
Are you unhurt?
I got eaten alive.
Are you unhurt? Yes, I'm fine. That's so freaking crazy.
I know, I'm kind of freaked out though. We wouldn't be here without him. She's hungry.
Perfect.
Just in time.
Time to get some revenge on this dragon.
Gets sister back. Ah, time for me to start cooking. I can get right back to it.
Well, there's the first, like, actual fan service. If you don't count Senshi.
Where did they get this super nice bath from?
They're in, like, the capital city or whatever of this place. It's probably a bathhouse. Is she good?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just so suspicious. I'm like, that was too easy. And she was using some like necromancy crazy nonsense and a dragon and stuff. Mm-mm.
You killed the dragon. Start plucking some scales. Carry back whatever you can. Some teeth. That good eye. That shit's worth a lot. Whatever the flint that it uses in the back of its throat. Racist. What's wrong with dark elves? Drow are people too. Drow lives matter.
Well, that's good, I guess. What method that I used? What circle on the ground? What are you talking about?
He's instantly pacified by liquor.
I wonder what she's gonna think of.
I bet she'll love it. What? Why?
Oh!
It's like a fucking...
Oh my god, and he's like doing it in the freaking necromancy circle too.
No way! He's used to the heat, right? He didn't just fucking kill himself. Put your diaper away, damn it! My sister's present. Oh,
She's got her underwear out too. It's fine.
She's all like spiritually awakened even more than before. Does that mean she's not fully here or something? Or is it bad or is it just a good thing?
She's just like...
Marcille is looking like really concerned about it all the time. She's always checking on her. I mean, I know she just like revived her, but She's like, every time Marcel is, or every time Falin's like,
she's like
looking, she's
really
like,
concerned.
little sweat drop.
Oh, now it's cooking from the inside out. They can eat it.
Yeah, but it's gonna get overcooked.
It's like an oven.
He's gonna make bread, dragon bread. Wait, I love how you wait for the dough to rise.
Oh, we're making a pizza?
Dragon pizza? Cooking it on the scales, that's so smart.
Nice. Whoa.
Holy shit. Sear the outside, then marinate it.
Whoa.
Onion pizza, roast red dragon, roast beast. Revenge. It's the sweetest meal I've ever tasted. Why don't we get some dragon armor?
Yeah, I feel like it would be probably tough.
I mean, yeah, it's just a giant lizard, right? It'd be most like chicken, even though it doesn't look like chicken. The living armor. So like seafood? Basilisk, that makes sense. He's like, this is really disappointing.
He's just so hyped up that he's eating a dragon.
It's interesting that they did color it more like red meat. I never really thought about it because nobody really eats dragon in like fantasy stuff.
Yeah. She's just as much of a freak.
What? Falling? Wait, what? He put it together. Chill Chuck put it together. It's a really good lesson to learn. He's lying. It's definitely gonna happen again with something. Why would you? Oh yeah. What about me with the Kelpie? I loved Anne and you warned me. Are they gonna eat Kensuke?
No. Oh.
That seems kind of fucked up. I guess all's fair in love and war. It just seems a little bit like... Does that door just lead to a brick wall? What was that?
Yeah.
7 toilets? in one house?
Oh my god. It's
She's seeing ghosts. Who, Falin?
Cool.
Who you talking to?
That does not look good.
A little extra healing. Whoa, perfectly healed? What the fuck is she on? Is she gonna live?
punishing me for things I don't remember. The frog.
The frog suit. I'm glad they're keeping it.
They should put her in that.
They didn't erase the circles. Is this somebody else? Is it the mage? Yes, it is.
Oh boy.
It's the elf. Really good episode. Really foreboding.
Yeah.
Really like, I don't know if that's just me or if it's or if you're supposed to feel that way, but it just feels like somebody gets resurrected, and then they have like, it's like Falin always had an attunement to spirits. Obviously, that's why it is doing what she's doing. But like the way that she's manipulating and seeing things, like maybe it's just me and I just didn't put together that this was like a normal thing for her beforehand. But it seems like kind of there's a couple new little additions to her arsenal here. Just the way that she's experiencing everything, the way that she's doing shit. I mean, the fact that she is a healer, I think that her healing Laios' leg is just like oh, look at how great it is to have a healer around you. Like, have this really itchy, bothersome, like, scar. Like, it was healing magic and it's reattached, but it's still recovering. But having her around can do this. So, like, that seems like it's maybe a bit more on the side of normal, but just, like, the way that Marcial is looking at her, and just whenever you have somebody resurrected, and then they're, like, really a little too in tune with spirits and spirituality and stuff like that, and seeing ghosts and things, it's like they are still not quite alive yet, or like...
And just with the suspicious nature of the resurrection as well.
With the necromancy as well, yeah, it's like they'll never be the same type thing, and it's kind of like, yeah, a little bit freaky. And Marcial, I don't know if she's holding back some information about the spell that she used or something. Like, maybe it seems like she likes Marcial more than just as friends, which I guess makes sense, but I just, I guess I never picked up on that. Or it's just a fan servicey thing, and because the show's doing a little bit more fan service this episode. I wonder if it was like this in the manga, and people are like, "Oh, this," a lot of people always say like, "Oh, there's no fan service in the show," but then when we watch it, if you are a little bit more sensitive to it than the normal person, it can be like a little bit more noticeable, even when it's just like normal things, like when they're laying on the bed, it's like focusing a little bit on Falin's feet, or like Marcial, like they went from like never focusing on any of Marcial's body parts to they have a bath scene where they're both together and they're doing like the whole like pushing the arm against the boob, and it has like the cleft that, or like the cleavage that goes on this side and up and on Falin and stuff like that. So that could be a reflection just of, this is an opportunity for us as A1 Pictures to show nakedness or whatever. Or it could be like maybe it was like this in the manga, and it is like they're reunited and they care about each other in a deeper way, so it's showing a little bit more skin, or a little bit more like of that angle to like make the connection there.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I can't tell if because like I can't tell if it's like, okay, the anime is like just like doing that, or if it like was like that, but then maybe they like took it a little bit farther, maybe because it is like this moment where they're like vulnerable together and they're like naked in the bath, and you know what I mean, and they're like reconnecting, so you know what I mean, it's like not necessarily, I like that. Marcial just like yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know about
and then immediately after they have the bath scene, and then they just have like the panty shot after Senshi like blows up the thing.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if they're just if that's just an anime thing, or if just we're too sensitive to that and like nobody really cared in the manga or whatever. I don't really care about it too much. The show's been really good about it. It's just in a normal show it wouldn't be normally worth mentioning. It's just that in the show has gone out of its way so much
to like not have anything, to not like
have
that.
Or to set up your expectations and then go in the opposite direction, or like going so far as to put Marcial in like instead of greasing her up in like the frog slime or whatever, they skin the frogs and put her in this like silly frog costume.
Yeah.
Or you know, when she's all tied up with vines and stuff like that, she is actually tied up and like in a compromised position, but not sexually at all, like you would expect from another fantasy series. So, you know, a couple like not even you couldn't even really call them lewd, because and you know, with Marcille like standing up naked, it's just they show a couple angles of it. It's like, it's not like that she doesn't have a naked body or anything. It's just that in the context of the show, that has gone out of their way to subvert that and to go against showing stuff like that, to show stuff like that. Either is a animation, like an anime, we were taking this opportunity as much as we can get because there's not much of that in this manga, so we're going to adapt it in a way that like works for us to show some sexiness or whatever. Or it was in the manga and it's you know, part of it's saying something about the characters or doing something for the characters. But regardless of that, it's going to be interesting to see how Falin like becomes a part of the group, I guess, as we make our way out.
And yeah, I'm interested to see like how you're talking about before with the whole someone gets resurrected and like are they like fully back to normal, or are they like did something change about them? And I'm interested to see that. And I think part of it is like because we didn't really have much knowledge about Falin before, like we've seen her in flashbacks and we know about her, but we don't know her as in-depthly as the rest of the characters. So when she does something, it's like, oh, could you do that before? Like I feel like you might have been able to, but like what's the level of that? Like what is there any differences between like previous power levels and current power levels, or is she just possibly because of her like affinity towards like spirits and things, she's recovering faster than you would expect? Or is like Marcille worried just because like she really cares about her and was like scared of losing her? Or is she concerned possibly partly because of like the creepy like forbidden magic that she was doing?
There's something with the ritual.
You know?
There's got to be something with the ritual with how she was brought back. There has to be, like. Oh, and also with the ritual, we're learning about like revivify and in this world, and that going with the theme of dungeon Meshi, about like food and stuff like that you know, it requires a certain amount of calories in order to resurrect people, depending on how destroyed they are. So that I thought that was kind of interesting, that's like a thematic element that's present outside of just our group, because we're, you know. Like our group is all about food and all about eating and stuff like that and preparing things. And
it's like you need like the energy.
Yeah,
from, like,
but
another...
the fact that it's measured in calories, I think, is interesting. I wonder when calories were first
invented,
or yeah, like invented as a unit of measurement. I think it's probably earlier than you would imagine, because it's like burning something and then how much water's left over, right? Something like that.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think that's I'm not 100% sure, but anyway, so it could have I don't know. That's actually very interesting how far back calories go. It could feasibly exist, especially in a world with magic, even if you know, whatever. Anyway,
I like this dragon thing. Yeah, the dragon meat simultaneously like looks like it's like, oh, it's like
not what I expected it to look like at all.
It's strange because it's like you see it and you're like, oh yeah, like a dragon, that makes sense, like a big like steak, because it's like this big red dragon and it's
supposed to be a big,
but then at
like...
the same time I'm just like, oh, like I don't think a lizard wouldn't have that type of meat, you know what I mean? Like that's like a cow meat, not like
It does look like red, yeah, it looks like mammal meat. It looks like red meat.
And then it's
not
also...
not like a bird or like a lizard. Like you would expect that to look more like beige when cooked or something like
chicken.
that. Yeah, like
It
chicken.
would have been funny if it tastes like chicken. That would have been so funny. They like kill this dragon, it just tastes like a shitty chicken.
You would expect it to too, because you expect it to be lean. Like I don't imagine dragons as really, I mean, depending on the universe, but generally I don't imagine them as really fatty creatures.
Yeah.
Because they're like lizards.
Well, they did say it was tough, and I love how like everyone else.
I'm glad they said that it was tough.
How everyone else was like comparing, like, oh yeah, this is like kind of tough. Oh, this is kind of like that other thing. Like they're all comparing it.
Yeah.
And then Laios is just like
a classic anime fan.
It's because
why compare it?
Yeah, it's so funny because he is like all like so into the flavors and stuff, and like he more than anyone should be comparing it, but it's because it's like the red dragon. It's like he's having like, I don't know, like caviar or like some kind of wagyu, like some kind of like prized, like he's having like gold-plated wagyu with caviar on top or something.
Gold-plated. Not gold leaf, gold-plated wagyu. He's like a Dragon Ball fan right now.
He's having this like...
Why compare it to anything else? It's the greatest taste there is. This is Dragon Ball.
He's having like this elite thing, and then other people are like, like it could be better. Like it's kind of like this, and he's like, I cannot compare this to anything, or I will be dishonoring the experience of eating this like elite thing. I will not even, in my mind, it cannot go towards anything else because I'm eating
unmatched.
I'm eating a dragon right now, and that is on another level.
Yeah.
I also love how Falin is like gets so excited about it as well, and Marcel's like, oh, I was so afraid of this the whole time. I was like, it was so funny because the whole time you're like, oh, I wonder how she's gonna react, and she's just like, wow, this is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad she liked it. I thought, you know.
Yeah, and she's so excited, and she's like, "Oh, did you eat the fish people?" And Laios,
weird?
Gets all mad because he's thinking like, "I would."
I thought that he was just like, "Oh, no, we didn't eat the fish people."
No, I thought he wanted to, and then then everyone else was like, "No, that's crossing a line." But then he ate their hair, which was like their eggs, and they were like, "Did you know about that?" And he was like, "No," even though he did.
Right.
Because he wanted to eat them.
Yeah. Which was kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Good to know.
And then are they eating Kensuke? Or did they just joke about it?
I think they were just joking, but I don't think that they actually ate it.
Because I felt like that, because she's like, oh, it's so cute. Can we try some? I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know, I think I'm just really on edge because this, like, Falling is just giving me really creepy vibes.
Yeah. I know, I'm like, I can't tell if they're trying to do, like, I can't tell if I can actually relax or if they're trying to get me to relax so that something, you know what I mean?
It's just the whole thing of finding her skull like that, and then the whole ritual is really dark and a big tone shift. Mm-hmm. So it feels like that should carry through in some way to the rest of the story. And also, like, you know, the fact that it was forbidden magic, you don't just do that. Like, there has to be something more to that. Like, it's not just like, oh, there's only one thing left.
Oh, there's no cost and no, like, danger with doing this forbidden magic, you know?
Yeah, and then Marciel's just like, oh, to me, you'll always be my little girl. What does that mean? How old is Marciel? She's not that old. I thought she was just roughly the same age as, like, Laios.
I thought... Yeah, I think
because she was going to school as a child. Yeah, but she was
like, they met in school, and I think Marciel was like a few years old. She was like
a year or two older. Yeah.
Yeah, but like not that much.
Yeah, like, but so it's not the thing where Marciel is going to be revealed to be like a way older elf, and she sees Falling as like her daughter or something. That's why she wanted to save her. Mm-hmm. You know, they're more peers than that. So I wonder if like Marciel sacrificed part of herself to resurrect Falling, if that was it, because she went unconscious after the ritual, and it could just be, oh, she used all of her magic or whatever, but...
Mm-hmm. And we got the little elf mage person at the end there.
Yeah.
So
and
then...
killing the dragon was, like, one of the big challenges to owning the fucking place. Like,
I thought that, like...
It was defeating the mage.
Killed, like... Oh, yeah, but I thought that, like... There's like a bunch of dragons and people have killed them before. Oh.
Well, I thought that like this dragon was like at they was like one of their final bosses towards getting to the very end and being able to conquer everything. But yeah, obviously people, you know, we're not some crazy, I'm sure there's more badass warriors out there than whatever the fuck we pulled off there with our pot and our knife, just like a fluke, and our sword that wants to escape. Yeah. So, you know, I'm sure there's bigger dragon slayers out there somewhere, but yeah, I don't know. So it's going to be interesting to see how this elf, you
works
know,
into it,
why
and,
they
they're like
cursed.
recognizing this like pattern here as well, the like, and like they're like seeing the dragon and like looking at the leftover circle and stuff.
If they're part of the elves, which like came here, then fucked things up, looking for magic, left. This person stayed, became a court wizard to this royal family for generations, something happened with it, with like some sort of political plot or something that caused them to want to preserve it forever in gold or something on some Elden Ring shit, like preventing people from dying and stuff. Like, yeah, I don't know. They're like, and now they, so if it maybe, and Marciel's an elf as well, so, and she's like knowledgeable about all these forbidden magics, so that could be a heretical, or not heretical, like heretical is like the opposite of what I mean, kind of like a part of her heritage or whatever, like she learned that from her family being an elf or something, and that's why she studied that type of shit. So if it is like if necromancy or that type of ritual that she's doing is part of a school of magic that is from the elves, or like a knowledge that is passed down by elves, this elf might know that type of school of magic as well. So recognizes it, and yeah, and is maybe just interested because it makes use of the curse that is put upon the whole underground, the whole dungeon, basically. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested, like, why this mage, why the elf turned on everybody. Like, why did they create is it just for themselves? Because, like, judging from, it's just a crazy switch, judging from the past where we saw. Well,
it still hasn't been confirmed that this was.
It has to be.
I know. It hasn't been
it hasn't been confirmed,
yet.
But it has to be. I mean, like, it has to be, right? Who else could it be? Just it's either this person or just a completely different random character that doesn't, like, you know, another random historical elf that's been throughout history and has personal ties toward this kingdom or whatever, and the royal family, which weirdly looks like Laios and Falin, strangely. Yeah, there has to be. I'm thinking it's them, because otherwise it's just going to be some random other person.
Yeah.
But it's just from seeing, what I was going to say was seeing their connection to the royal family and how much they actually cared about all the offspring, and like how fucked up they were about like them getting assassinated and stuff.
Yeah.
There must be some kind of, there must be a very interesting reason as to why they might have, why they caused all this. And then we also know that probably the same elf that, whether it's this person or not, the same elf that created the whole dungeon, also created a golden ring and gave it to Ullman. Do we know the name of the royal family? What episode was that?
Was it Court Cuisine? So funny.
Why?
Just this whole sequence is just so funny how he just like keeps showing up at like the worst possible time.
We were watching this, we were just like, oh, and they're all dead. They're all poisoned and dead now. We got Delgal. Could it just be that it's like random creepy ghost with an ugly face, or just they're saying the nose? I don't wonder if that's a detail, because they were like, oh, well, because they were saying there was like, oh, he's born with your nose, sire, or whatever, and then they have like that exact nose shape. I wonder if it's just like we're drawing a ghostly looking figure, or what.
Little did you know that one day he'd be eating ice cream made from ghosts.
Oh, he bought it from an elf. I thought he was giving it to him by an elf. Anyway. Cat.
Nice cat.
Yeah, I just want to look at all that stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of... We'll just have to see how Falling interacts and what we'll see within the elf.
I also feel like in the next, like, couple episodes, we're going to get a bit more of an idea of, like, what might be happening next, because they're, like, setting it up. But we've been so focused on, like, we're gonna fight the red dragon, we're gonna get Falling back, and...
Mission accomplished.
And we're done, we're good, we're heading back up, we're going home. But then this episode, they're like, we're still gonna be poor as shit once we go back, we have no money, and then we see the elf rolling up, we see about Marciel's, like, dark magic kind of thing, and it's just like, so I feel like they're like setting some things up, and next episode maybe we'll like get confronted by some of this, or maybe this elf is gonna keep watching the group.
Probably.
Well, they like decide like, oh well, maybe we should go down farther and like see if we can get some more treasure, since we, came down all this way and haven't gotten any treasure.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but I love the bags under the ice too. Maybe the elf has just been looking for Laios for like the whole time, just like. He's behind it somehow. Everything went to shit and it's all because of him.
Yeah.
I can tell. I know it. He was there at these 3 major events. He ate all this food.
Mm-hmm.
Just been like going searching for forever.
Yeah.
This dark magic. It reminds me of that guy. Just like absolutely insane. The elf is like completely fine, has done nothing bad at all. It's all just a red herring, and they're just like hell bent on like tracking down this guy.
That'd be funny. I wonder if it's like an arms race thing, if we're gonna get more into like the elves coming back to try and seize their magic, and then this one was like trying to keep it from them, and that's why they created the whole dungeon, or yeah, I don't know.
What if the elf like came through those paintings after Laios? Like they're like, oh, he disappeared, and then just like spent so long trying to like get
How
through.
would that work?
I don't know.
What do you come through the paintings? Like the
how,
other way?
Yeah, like how Laios like went in and then came back out, and then like all the fire like shot out behind him. So I'm like, is there like a permanent little like tear in that world of like where you could go in and out, or is it just if you?
I feel like if that was the case, we would have seen the elf come out of the painting with Laios.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know.
Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time, Carson.
And Lindsay.
Bye-bye.